Hey guys, what's going on? This is Darth Arma bringing you episode 8 of Push Block Paper Scissors. This episode is going to be going over FGC lingo, and it's also going to be going over a fighting game training room tutorial. Now this tutorial is specifically for the Injustice 2 training room. So try to pay attention and you can kind of see these similar attributes, these similar features in other fighting games, of this era. Obviously you're not going to find it in super duper old fighting games like Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter Third Strike, or etc. This is all in this era. You're gonna find very similar ones. So let's say we're playing Superman, and we're trying to learn a little bit more about Batman, how he ticks, how he, Batman gets under my nerves every time. What do I do? Batman. So the first thing you want to do when you go into training room, just so you know how much damage things do, you want to press square for match options and hit competitive mode on. Now competitive mode will basically bring everyone's stats to 0. So nothing is affected. Gear's not affected and neither is level. So let's say you play with Superman every day and he's level 20 and you never played Batman ever, so he's level 1. The damage is going to be significantly different. So always put competitive mode on so you know how much damage you're going to do in a ranked match or in tournament mode. So let's first hop into training room and let's explain what's going on. Here at AI options, you can change the AI to do various different things. First thing we're going to do is the custom one. I'm just going to switch over to full screen. The custom one here, you can put block mode. Block mode will block very differently depending on what you put them to doing. So let's say you just have block mode off. That means they're not going to block anything. You can put it on auto. They will block after getting hit one time or comboed one time. They will immediately block later. Stance, they will only block how they're standing. So if they're standing right here in movement mode, if they're standing, they're going to block overheads, but they're not going to block lows. If they're ducking, they're going to block lows, but they're not going to block overheads. This is them jumping away. You can't block in the air, obviously, but let's continue with block mode. Then there's always block. So that means they're always going to block low or they're always going to block overhead. Doesn't matter. You can't mix them up. They're always going to block. Random attack. This one's a little bit more complicated, but I will explain it in just a second. I'm going to demonstrate auto first. So let's say we have Superman. We do down 1 to reset the combo, but Batman blocks anyway. So after getting hit one time or getting hit, or getting hit twice, he will immediately block. As soon as the character is being hit, they are trying to block as soon as possible. Stance, like I said before, he will only block everything except for lows if he's standing up. But you can switch that around by putting movement into duck. Now he will block lows. However, he won't block overheads. No blocking of overheads at all. Save that one. Again, no overheads. Let's switch it over to always. So let's go back to standing. So it doesn't matter if they are standing up, they will always block low, always block low. You can't mix them up. It's the computer. They will block everything. However, you can throw them if you want. Alright, now let's explain random attack and random combo. So this is a good way to kind of hit confirm and understand that your opponent is being hit. So when you have random attack, that means that they could block the first hit of this multiple hitting string. However, they will decide to stop blocking on the second one, like you just saw right there, or the third one. Again, what you just saw there, you block the first one. Obviously not getting hit. Getting hit and not blocking the first one will leave you susceptible to an entire combo. So it's all about them being random for each individual hit. That one doesn't help too much. The one that I like a lot is random combo. So they either get hit by the first attack or not get hit at all. If they block that first attack, they are going to block everything else. If they get hit, they get hit. So I like this because it's a good way to kind of confirm your combos. Like let's say you want to do, you want to see that your opponent got hit. So you want to do, let's say you're in like an anti-clash situation. Right there, you can hit confirm into anything. and it helps you realize right there that your opponent got hit. So you do not want to continue the combo. Your opponent got hit, so you want to continue the combo a specific way. Or it helps you recognize your opponent blocked, so you need to keep yourself safe and hold on to your resources. Right there, he blocked, so I stopped doing the combo. Right there, he blocked, so I stopped doing the combo. Right there, he blocked, so I stopped doing the combo. And again, this is on random, so randomly he will go for it. This is all to help you hit confirm and understand and be able to recognize the various different animations, whether an opponent gets hit or doesn't get hit. Alright, so here I'm going to talk about wake-up options. We're still controlling Superman and we're fighting up against Batman. So let's say, you know, we want to test ourselves to see if we can deal with Batman's wake-up. His wake-up attack is going to be the slide, especially because sometimes it is a little trickier to punish because he is low to the ground. So we have wake up on. That means every time we knock him down, he is going to do a slide. So we're going to knock him down, and he's going to do a slide. Let's say we're trying to figure out how to stop this. Go for forward 3, it works. Need to run back 3, it works. Again, every single time, he is going to do it. And we're going to learn how to deal with it. But let's say it's a little bit different here and we don't want to actually use any of our resources because we know for a fact that he is going to slide no matter what. So let's block it and try to punish it. And just like that. You can do it a little too early and that's okay, it will still work. You can't down 2 because it does not reach. You have to kind of be ready with your attack and know what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. It's all about the timing. Let's see if we can even do a raw back 3 after sliding. Block. Raw back 3 does work. Don't have to use any meter to get some good damage. However, you got to be careful because you will get heat zap by mistake. Again, you got to take this to training room and really understand the timing and how to properly punish wake-up attacks. And again, you can cycle through any character's wake-up attacks here. You can another one that's super duper annoying is somebody backdashing after you knock them down. So you want to deal with it. Let's say here, you know he's going to backdash. You know it. Every time you knock him down, this opponent just for some reason will always backdash because it is a great option. So what do? How do you deal with it? It's all about learning the timing and understanding. Again, off on the timing. I'm not a Superman player. Please don't crucify me. But there you go. A good way to stop backdashing is by chasing him down with a forward dash. You can also do something like... Where's the heat dash? There you go. It might be too slow. Yep, too slow. You could do something like... What's the... Okay, we got the sweeping laser. Let's say you got the sweeping laser. You know he's going to backdash. And again, as long as you have on wake up, as long as you have it on block mode auto, they will block as soon as possible. So as you can see here, if I'm too slow or if I'm not timing it right, the opponent will block. Wow, you don't even have to back, you don't even have to forward dash with him. You can just walk with him and forward to him. See, all these things that you are learning just from a little session in training room. This is the first time I've ever touched Superman. I'm very anti-Superman. I love Batman way more than Superman. Again, wake-up attacks, and even including backdashing on wake-up, you can figure out how to stop it. Again, and every character's backdash is a little bit different. If you try to do that to Catwoman's backdash, you're probably not going to get any success. Some backdashes are better, some backdashes are worse. I think Batman's got one of the better ones in this game. So again, wake up mode on, and they will always do the one that you're telling them to do. Another feature that I like is the wake up mode being random. So they're not always going to go with the slide kick here. Again, make sure to hit X and not circle so you save those settings. So let's say we're going to knock down Batman. He's not always going to slide kick. He didn't slide kick there. But a good option to have to beat out him not slide kicking or not is meter run back 3, because if he does block it, or I guess meter run forward 3. Because if he does block it, I am plus. But if he does go for a slide, it's a full combo punish. So he is plus. Or I'm sorry, I am plus. Superman is plus. Let me do it. Okay. Or if he does slide, whoa, that is really, really annoying. Or if he does slide, see, it's all about training room. It's all about what you find. But you understand the point of it. The point of it is when you have it on random, he will sometimes do it. He will sometimes not do it. You can have it on, you can also have the reversal attack on completely random. He will do a different reversal attack every single time. But reversal mode on random, I'm sorry, whoops, not reversal mode, wake up mode. Wake up mode is going to be off. Wake up mode on random will randomly give you slide kick. The other thing you can do is you can randomize the wake up attack that he's going to do. This one's not as helpful as it's a little chaotic. Sometimes it's a super, sometimes it's a wake up attack. Why is it always super? Sometimes it's a wake up attack that they will never ever do. Sometimes it's a throw, and it's a good way to kind of test your reactions and test your setups. Threw me again. Again, just kind of showing you a little step-by-step intro or tutorial how this works. The next one I want to talk about is reversal mode, since I did kind of stumble on it a little bit. What a reversal is as soon as your opponent is done blocking something. Now, reversal mode, you have to have the opponent blocking. It won't activate unless they block. It's them doing something the very frame, a special move or a backdash or a throw, the very frame that something is available to them for them to move, and then they will do it. So let's take wake up mode off. So right there, Batman is backdashing. Let's see. Okay, let's say you're Superman and you're doing forward 2, 3 breath, and you don't know how to deal with an opponent who backdashes every time right after breath. Okay, he can block it. He is safe. So basically, anytime you do anything to Batman to make him block something, he will backdash right away because that's what we have it set on here on the reversal mode. You can also do other things like, let's say he wants to do a cape counter, which is an option, and then you get caught by the parry here. So how do we deal with it? You can force him to do it. Oh, can't jump in. I don't know how to jump in with Superman. You can force him to do it and then delay it. There. And punish him for it. As you just saw right there on the top left of the screen, it was a punish. And I guess this is a good segue into what a punish is. A punish is when your opponent does not have the option to block after committing to something. Let's look over at the record option. This is a good way to deal with an opponent's certain string or setup that they like doing. Let's say Batman is doing his darkness, his back 1-1-3. Ignore the button inputs. I have a custom button layout for my stick, but this is back 1-1-3. And as you can see here, it says -14 on block. Now let's say Batman is going to do this to us. So we have it on record and hit X to accept. As soon as we go in here, we're going to record a certain animation and Batman's going to do it. So I'm going to jump in and do this string and hold down back to block anything that's coming my way afterwards. Superman and pretty much anyone in the entire cast can punish this string perfectly because they have 14 frames to do something to Batman before he is able to move or block. So you block it. Oh, make sure you block it. That was a little too late. You have to get your timing down perfectly, or I guess within a certain time frame. And there you go. You go for a full combo punish because you know he shouldn't get away with that. He was holding down. That's why he got hit by that. You could also do something a little bit easier if you want. Never mind. The sweep doesn't work. Again, I'm not Superman. I'm not a Superman player. Please don't crucify me. Hell, you can even punish with super. Got the reversal timing, and it did punish, as you can see right there. Again, that is punishing. Punishing, hitting your opponent when he doesn't have the option to block. It's all about the frame data. It's all about looking at how to deal with certain things. We also touched on this a little bit when we were using the wake up mode against Batman's slide. All right, in this segment, I actually want to talk about the difference between a counter and a punish. Very simple stuff here. How we're gonna look at it is we're gonna look at a very slow starting up move in the. Oh, I don't know why he did that. I know why, because I had him on jump. I'm gonna take away. Okay. Except to reset it, we're gonna do forward 3. I'm sorry, I messed it up. We're gonna do forward 3 and make sure that we block after the forward 3. So if you punish an opponent or hit them when they don't have the option to block after their move has started up and was finished, that's called a punish. However, there's the opposite one, which is a counter. Is when you hit them before their move becomes active. So you hit them during the startup animation of their move. So let's say right there you saw it said counter. Again, it's after they committed to the move, blocking was no longer an option, and you hit them before their forward 3 became active. That's called a counter. However, if you make it whiff and the move is done being active, it's called a punish. So that's the difference between punish and a counter. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about FGC lingo, as we already did so with counter and punish, sometimes and reversal. Sometimes it's slightly different in various different games, but there's usually a different word for it. But for the most part, it should get you through all other fighting games. So the first thing I want to look at is OTG. What an OTG is. First, let's go to practice options. Let's set our reset position all the way to the right. So, you know, normally when you hit your touchpad, you go back to the center, but instead with the reset position on the right, I, controlling Superman, can now keep Batman in the corner so I can demonstrate what an OTG is. An OTG means off or on the ground. OTG combos are combos that you continue after the opponent has landed on the ground. You see it a lot in games like Marvel 2 or Marvel 3, but there aren't OTG combos here. There's only OTG resets in Injustice, because once you hit the ground, the combo is over and you cannot continue it. So let's say we're Superman and, you know, we just do something here. Oh, sorry. I actually have the opponent to air escape up. I actually want to turn that off. I don't know how it turned on in the first place. I still have wake up on. Wake up mode is off. Reversal mode is off. And we're going to have block off. So let's say I hit him here. And it hits him while he's on the ground. He did not have the option to wake up. However, you need to make sure that this timing is right. Let's say that we have our Bats of Gotham, which is his super move, on as a wake-up attack. So we're going to see every time he gets the opportunity to wake up. Didn't have an opportunity to wake up there after the dive bomb because it hit him off the ground. That's an OTG combo starter. Again, I don't really know Superman combos, but that's how it works. The next thing I want to talk about is Okizeme. A lot of people don't really get what this term means. Okizeme is not actually a Japanese word, but was popularized by fighting game enthusiasts. The term is a combination of the Japanese verbs okiru, which means to wake up, and semiru, which means to attack or strike. This is kind of like the mindset, or, you know, the game around putting your opponent on the floor. Let's say, you know, we know Batman's going to slide kick every time we knock him down because this guy's a scrub. Actually, whoops. You know, let's say this guy, let's turn blocking off. This guy always wakes up with slide, and we know that. We keep getting hit by it. Every time we knock him down, we're going to slide. So we're going to advance our Oki game a little bit and know that he's going to slide and punish him for it. What's he going to do again? Oh, he's going to slide. What's he going to do again? He's going to slide. What's he going to do? He is going to slide and the Oki presence of mind is to avoid it. A good option, especially against Batman in the corner, is to jump back to avoid things, because if he doesn't slide, you should be able to still apply pressure. But if he does slide, you should easily be able to recognize it and confirm it into a full combo punish. So that was pretty much just the sum of this short episode 8, FGC lingo, and I guess we'll add it in there, the fighting game training room tutorial. Now, this training room is going to be very similar to a lot of other training rooms, but I believe that this one is super advanced and really easy to use. You can do it also in Street Fighter. In Tekken, you can set your AI to record a certain sequence and learn how to punish and block things, but I feel like Injustice 2 did it the right way. Really easy to use. All you have to do is go in there and fiddle with it. Find those gaps, find those opportunities where you can meter burn back 3, and understand how to punish certain strings and punish super moves. Understand how to punish special moves. Anything you want. If your opponent is doing something to you and you don't know how to deal with it, if you lose to Batman every single time and you're not sure when to challenge, go to training room, give it a try yourself. Guys, I'm Darth Arma. You guys can follow me on Twitter, on YouTube, or on Twitch at Darth Arma. Thank you so much for watching.